in the modern day, people are so anti-relationship, anti-dependency because it's so cool to say that you don't need anyone. It's so cool to be a
Mm.
Sigma male. It's so cool to be a boss girl. It's so cool to not need friends and to be the lone wolf. And all those people are unhappy. All those people are lonely. You know how you can tell they're lonely? Because they all spend all their time on the internet commenting about how much of a lone wolf they are. They're all posting their pictures every day, boss babe. It's like you don't have that much time for social media if you're actually a happy person. So we must understand that there's a need to be dependent on each other. The reason why we're all so miserable these days is because we're so alone, because we don't connect with one another. And you brought up such awesome points, Dennis. It's being next to someone and the physical touch, even as friends. I think that's deeply important. It's the smallest thing, like just fist bumping a friend, or you end up saying something, he goes for the PR, and you slap him on the back before he goes hit squats, bro. That's like that brings us like, look how much you're smiling at the thought of like fist bumping a guy. Like we need to get out of this thing of like, yeah, I don't need anyone. We should think that's awesome. The best part of life is hitting a PR with your boys watching you. The best part of life is like intimately connecting with your woman, and not none of this BS of like, yeah, I don't need anyone else. I'm totally fine just being depressed here by myself. Like, our brains and our body haven't changed much in the last. We don't evolve that quickly, right? Evolution takes millions of years, so we still have the brain and the body, mostly the brain. Actually, the body has changed quite a lot recently, but the brain is still the same as our caveman ancestors. Especially our nervous system, it's all the same. It's just wired for survival. Inside of us is literally like all of our nervous system. All these nerves and all these like the things like our sight and our sounds and everything. We're just anxiously making sure that we're gonna survive. And probably the single greatest contributor to survival, other people. It's being in the tribe. It's being next to the warm campfire with other people. It's being knowing that the other guys there, they might hunt when maybe you get sick, and they'll be able to bring back the food when you can't. It's knowing that the women there are able to take care of the children. It's knowing that we're safe here in our little community. And we don't have this anymore. That's seen as like lame these days. That's seen as like misogynist or something. So it's not, we need to say this right now, it's not toxic at all to need someone. It's so cool these days to act like you don't need people. The alpha male type of shit, bro. We need people. Even like some of the most like alpha, high testosterone, like the masculine guys. Andrew Tate, he says he needs his brother, and that's wholesome. That's true, 100%. Jordan Peterson needed his wife, and he was devastated when she passed away. We need each other, and we need to acknowledge this right now. Is okay. This is a pure like survival level need below the need to to learn or to work or to eat. Like it's in the same baseline as needing to eat and breathe oxygen. That's where like psychologists put the need for connection next to breathing oxygen, next to excreting. Like literally think about like you die if you don't go to the toilet after a number of days. You get sick. Eating, water, you die without these things. And the psychologist Abraham Maslow, he put like human connection, love, and sex at the bottom of this pyramid, next to breathing air. So, is it toxic to think that we need this stuff? No, bro. I think it's toxic to think that we don't need this. So then, honestly, like my heart goes out to you because you're in a very tricky situation. At first you said you didn't want to hold your girl back from achieving her dreams and stuff, and I was like, yeah, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. But then when you mentioned the jobs that she does, that's when I began to question things. Because first you said, okay, the graphic design, like the digital, yeah, and that in my perception was you can just do it online. It's all PC related stuff. But then okay, she needs to go to these companies and stuff. Okay, fair enough. Some things are still better in person when she goes, and they need to like check this book or whatever it is, right? But then as soon as you mentioned the restaurants, and she's gonna be working like I assume pretty much minimum wage there, it's like that's now I'm seeing a little bit of like incompatibility because it seems like she's preoccupied with like living her best life, and it seems like you're more preoccupied with the relationship, which is usually quite a unattractive yeah, dynamic. That's a good word. Yeah. So am I right by thinking like is that my thinking's right by that right now?